Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing very serious videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't originally planning on getting 2 pasta dishes today, but this was on special. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my PlayStation shirt. It's just PlayStation. I love PlayStation. I'm not as big a gamer as I used to be. Unfortunately, getting older, you just don't have the time or energy the way you did when you were younger. Oh, I miss those summers where all I would do was just play video games just all day. That would be it. Just play video games. Eat, drink soda, play video games. I miss it. But I'm definitely a big PlayStation fan. I didn't really intend to be one when it first came out as a system, the original. I honestly wasn't all that interested in it. And it was only when it turned out that they got the game Mega Man X4 on it that I was like, okay, I need a PlayStation now because I'm a big Mega Man fan, especially big Mega Man X fan. So I ended up picking one up. It was kind of a Christmas thing. I used my Christmas money for it, and I just became a devoted fan ever since. Although I did kind of miss out on the PS3 because I just wasn't that impressed with it. But anyway, folks, what are we doing here? What am I trying for you today? What's going on? 2 pasta dishes, eh? Yes, indeed, folks. I just went over there and got through reviewing some spaghetti and meatballs from a local place called Boom Pasta to Go in Elmhurst, Illinois. Which, by the way, because it is in Elmhurst, Illinois, is a local establishment. That means that this review and that review are going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just local spots. And when I went to Pasta to Go, which, by the way, is a pasta place inside of a gas station, that's just their weird business model. But I've reviewed a bunch of stuff from them, and I specifically went in wanting some spaghetti and meatballs. That was just the plan. But I saw that they had a special today, and it's actually not even on their menu. So I was like, all right, fine, I gotta get this. But what is it? It happens to be, boom! But what is this? Open it up. I'm gonna show you. This is their, boom! Their Tortellini Marinara. All right, man. Like, I'm super down for that. I haven't had tortellini in I don't know how long. Let's try to get a thing for the thing here. Kind of looks like this without spilling it, hopefully. We'll just kind of... ha 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 ha! Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and let's get us some. I imagine the sauce is probably going to be very similar to the, if not identical to the spaghetti, which I like the spaghetti, so let's give it a go. Alright. Tortellini, man. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's some nice tortellini. I mean, I say this as like someone who is like not even close to being anything that could be regarded as an expert on pasta and stuff like that, but I'm just a fat guy from the Midwest who knows what tastes good to him. And this tastes really good to me. I will say, I think going back to what I was talking about, I do think it's probably the same sauce that they use for the spaghetti, which again works out nicely for me because I really like their marinara sauce. It has a nice balance to it. It's not like, sometimes you get a sauce that like it has a good base to it and everything, but like, it's just a little bit too one way or another, too garlicky, too acidity, what have you. In this case, there is a garlicky aspect to it. It's nice, though. It's not, like, overly done. And I'm somebody who, I like some extra garlic, so there's a little acidity, but again, not overly done. Yeah, whatever marinara sauce they use, it's genuinely really tasty. And then the tortellini themselves, They're nice. They seem to be cooked really well. Chewing them, they don't like instantly fall apart. They're not mush. They still have some structure, but at the same time, they're not like hard or difficult to bite through. So they're really nicely cooked. And I'm guessing, I probably got like some ricotta cheese in there. Ricotta is fantastic, by the way. It's like, I mean, not that that's like a fucking revelation, but oh, ricotta is so good. But it's nice. The ricotta gives it a nice bite to it. It manages to still have a strong presence, even despite how nice and rich the marinara is. Yeah, man, this is good. I mean, that's tasty. I mean, in terms of, being a special, it is a little bit basic compared to some of their other dishes, which are obviously a little bit more, like, signature. And again, I've reviewed, at this point, I think I've reviewed pretty much all their pasta, with the exception of maybe their chicken parm, which I'll get to at some point. Because they've got shrimp scampi and, shrimp diablo and, like, a whole bunch of cool stuff. But, it just works, At the end of the day, that's one of the great things about pasta is, like, fundamentally, it can be kind of as simple or as fancy as you want it to be, as long as the flavors are there and the execution works. And I think in this case, everything's well seasoned, everything cooks well, and the sauce is nice. As long as you got that down, it's going to be tasty. And this is tasty for me. I think between this and the spaghetti and meatballs, probably prefer the spaghetti and meatballs just a little bit because, well, for one thing, you get meatballs in them. But also just there's a nostalgia factor, I think like a lot of kids in the United States, at least for maybe my generation, I don't know how it is these days, chances are if your family made like an Italian dish in the home and you weren't from an Italian family, it was probably spaghetti and meatballs. So, but no, this is really good. Like, I have no gripes with it. It's well executed, very tasty. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. Probably don't need 2 pasta dishes in a row, but hey, if Kirk Van Houten didn't want Millhouse to go over there and have 2 spaghetti dishes in one day, well, he should have fought harder for it, damn it. And should have fought harder for his marriage. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get this again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I think that, excuse me. I got through reviewing this too, by the way. It's the new Monster Energy Ultra Blue Hawaii. Go watch that review. But no, I think for me personally, like, again, I wouldn't consider this one to be like an outright top tier offering from Pasta to Go. I think that in terms of, some of the other dishes that they've had, I do have like just a personal preference for one or another. But this is a really nice one too. And again, it's just very simple. The tortellinis themselves work out nicely. The ricotta is really nice and tasty. There's absolutely no reason, and especially if it's like on special, which I guess it's on special every Monday, there's no reason why I wouldn't go over there and do kind of what I did with this, where instead of going over there and getting one big thing of pasta, go over there and get the special on the tortellini, and then maybe go over there and get, a regular sized, other pasta, just to go over there and give myself, some variation, some options. So yeah, I'm down with it. And if I'm recommending it, yeah. At the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, and I always come back to this, they're a pasta place in a gas station. They should not work anywhere near as well as they do. And yet they do. Now, when I say that, like, again, I'm not going to go over there and put them up against, like, super high-end Italian places or what have you, but I'll be honest, I've had worse Italian food from actual Italian restaurants in my life. And that seems like it's damning with faint praise, but, like, it speaks to the fact that, like, they know what they're doing. It's a weird setting, but at the end of the day, it's good pasta, it's nicely priced, you get it quick, and it's genuinely just really tasty. Like, I don't have any problems with any of the stuff that I've had from them. So I think this works along that line. And like I said, it's on special every Monday. So absolutely, if you happen to be there on a Monday, go over there and order some. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly tortellini-tastic rest of your life. Very final two things, folks. Number one, I got out of my rhythm. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on tortellini as a pasta? Is it a favorite? Is it one that you don't usually go to? Is it something you haven't had before? One of the great things about pasta is that it's such a malleable tool. You know, you can go over there and sculpt it in so many ways and do so much with it. And for me, you know, I don't usually think of tortellini when I'm thinking pasta because I'm a basic bitch guy from the fucking Midwest of the United States. One thing I will say, I would really like to expand my horizons when it comes to Italian food because it's obviously really good and just, you know, it's, again, my basic nature that I just haven't gotten to more of it yet. We'll see how things go. Anyway,